I want you to stay up here. I want you to stay up here. So like, when I can't think of a joke, I just like pass the mic, just be like, go. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, we're gonna do some tag team comedy.
Tag team. All right. This is the part where people can leave if they want. If not, you can chill. It's good. Okay. Now, who here has dads or parents that are from the 80s and think that the 80s is the greatest time of all time? See, look, your bad roommate right there does. It's okay. Well, my dad does, and he's a drummer. And he's the guy who, he's still air drumming at the age of like 46 while driving, you know, on a highway and stuff. And he's always just like, you know, he's doing the, he's listening to that beat, he's that fucking beat, it's so good. He likes to sway his guitar, oh, it's so good. You know, and we're like, Dad, it's every time. And he's like, listen to that beat. And it's like, yeah, I know, we love it. Just, and what's actually funny is that him and my uncle, when they're together, it's hilarious because it makes you feel smart, okay? Because what he'll do is like he'll just be driving, you know, he'll just be listening, and he's like, yeah, I just got, you know, this new iPod, 30 gigabytes, you know, and my uncle's like, you know, I just got this, you know, 7 gigabyte. He's like, what? You always gotta get the better iPod of me, huh? What's wrong with you? You always get a better iPod of me? You think you're better than me or something? That's how they talk. And he's like, okay, you really want that? You take it. Oh, that's good. That's good. Come on. So I mean, I don't get it. But how many here know or go hunting of any sort? No one likes to kill animals here. He does. He looks like a lumberjack that is just freaking hacking away, destroying the forest, choking an owl. You know, let's destroy the forest together and eat pancakes. Okay. Anyways.
How'd you know?
I don't know. But anyways, so. We occasionally go duck hunting, and pretty much the whole plot of duck hunting is you sit and you hide in this giant bush, and you blow duck calls. And these duck calls are supposed to sound like a duck, but it never does. And like you're supposed to make a duck go, oh, I have friends down there. So they come down, and then you shoot and you miss, and they kind of like laugh and flick you off a little bit. I don't know. That's my experience personally. And you're just like, man, why'd you guys shoot so early? I don't know. But anyways, my dad, it's kind of weird, because you think, like he'll see, like, 10, 20 ducks just, like, come in. And you're like, okay, let's go. And you do, you know, a thing, there's like, that's what it sounds like. One duck from a totally different area comes in. It just right up by, just, oh my God! I'm like, what the? And then, of course, these huge ones, you know, all the ones that, you know, you can shoot are all flying away. And that was that one duck that was a little special, so he's just, like, flying like this, you know. That's why he's alone in the group. They're like, oh, I'm not flying the bill, screw Bill, you know. I'm gonna get shot. But then of course, he's the guy who's dodging the bullets because we can't shoot. They're just like, they're just like, you know, because we're so awesome. And I can't think of another joke. I'm gonna pass to Jared until I think of another one.
All right, so as Vince said earlier, I am a fourth Native American, so I mean, you can crack your casino jokes and how that I got all of my land removed and I cry a lot, is what Aaron would say. Yep. But yeah, you can all bite my tuition, which is 0. So a little bit of land for a lot of education. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in my casino actually. And see, the trick to casinos is when you go in there, they got a shit ton of flashing lights, no windows or clocks. So you go in there and you're instantly like, oh, this is awesome. Kind of like staring at these lights, except for they kind of give me a headache. But you know, you hear all these jing and people are like, ah, or people are like, oh my God, I lost my life savings. And you're like, well, Ron, you shouldn't have been an alcoholic and a gambler. But so you go in there and they trick you, and then you go in there at like, you know, 7:30, you're like, oh, I'll play blackjack for an hour. You win one hand and you walk out 6:30 in the morning, tie ripped off, you had way too much tonic and gin, and you're just done. You lost $800 that night. That's a lot of money. Yep. But anyway, my favorite Native American stereotype I got was somebody was like, "Oh, you're doing No Shave November?" Yeah. Is that because you're Native American? Actually, Native Americans are clean shaven, dumbass. I'm 3/4 German also, and that's where this comes in. But yeah, I kind of ran out of jokes too. So Vince, you got some, right?
You guys still being here, like majority of you being here, is just surprising. Usually this is like the part like, okay, everyone leave. See, they got it. I don't want to zone them out though. I didn't want to do that because that's what they did last time. But anyways, yeah. Another thing that I was just thinking about back there was when we go duck hunting. Now we go duck hunting and it's usually like really cold. It's usually around this month actually. It's like October to like December. So it's usually the more colder, windier times and stuff. And usually you go when it's really cold and windy. And my uncle, he likes to give really intelligent advice. He likes to give that advice that's just like, you know, look, all you guys need here is get a nice wool hat, you know, cover your face, get a scarf, get a coat, you know, cover your pants, get some stuff, you know, get some more pants, put on 20 pairs of pants, get on some 2 boots, you know, put on some gloves, another pair of gloves. You just keep adding on and on and on. He's like, and then you'll be warm. He just names things that are just obvious, like, oh, hey, put this on, and this on, and this on, and this on. You know, it's warm. Yeah, how about that? But, wait, what was my other one? I'm going to stare at everyone awkwardly until I think of it. Last time it didn't work. People are just like, okay, we'll wait for you. Take your time. All right. Well, this is the one I thought of before, and it's for all you partiers out there. You know, I know you guys are partying out there Friday night at the stand-up club. Woo. Anyways, John Moffitt. Anyways, I just never really got persuaded to drink or anything during high school, you know, or even in college. You know, there's always, like, every time people gives me a good drunk story, it's always just terrible. It never comes out like, hey, I drank, and then guess what? I saved world peace. I actually felt better. I gained muscle. People loved me. It was great. It was always like, dude, I woke up, you know, and she was a grenade. Okay, woke up, it was hippopotamus over there, okay? Or like they went, or they're just like, dude, I think she might be pregnant or something, or like they're like, dude, I got caught by the cops, I got tackled and tasered. They tell me this whole story. They feel sick, they throw up, all this stuff, and all of a sudden they're like, but dude, you should totally do it next time. You should totally do it. It's awesome. It's great. You don't even remember it, and then when you got to think about remembering it, it turns into a movie with Zach Galifianakis. I wish it was like that. It never is. They never tell me that story. It gets me angry. But I might stare a little awkwardly again. How you doing? You guys doing good? Jared, you got some jokes? Okay, you can try.
So I really appreciate all you guys coming out here and staying because, quite honestly, I think I deserve like a couple tomatoes thrown at me, some sticks of dynamite. But I mean, if you guys want to go at any time, that's fine. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. Fuck you, Perkins. But yeah. See, my favorite thing to do here on campus is when I'm walking in between classes, I'll just see like that one person who's walking alone that's kind of like me, and I'll just say something to make them think. Like, I'll walk by and I'll just be like, and the monkey ate the watermelon, that's how I lost my virginity. And I'll just be like, what? Like, I didn't say nothing to you. Like, especially when I'm walking with my roommate, and we walk by just a big group of people, and it's just the two of us. And I'm like, dude, if you're going to have guys spend the night, that's fine. As long as you're not doing anything, just let me sleep. And, you know, then they just think he's a homo, but it's because he is. But no, he has a girlfriend. And they actually Skype, like, 15 hours a day. Like, I don't think he goes to class anymore. But, I mean, Skype's cool in moderation, but I think he might be using the word I love you a little too much, Because 30 times in 10 minutes, that's 3 times a minute, which is 1 time every 20 seconds. You get my point? Because I'll just be doing math homework and I'll hear, I love you. And then he wears the headphones so I don't hear anything back. I'm like, damn, he got rejected. And then he's like laughing. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I hate this device. And then, you know, sometimes he'll slam his laptop afterwards. I'm like, no. So something happened? He's like, no, we're fine. Just rough with my laptop. Damn Skype. But the thing I think is dumb about Skype is they charge for like making calls to landlines. You would think that'd be free. That wasn't actually a joke. That's just my perspective. But what'd you say, Danny? I think Danny wants to do stand-up. Danny, you got some stand-up? You taking pictures? I can't see anymore, so I'm probably just yelling at you because that flash was ridiculous. That was like some Men in Black shit. In 2 minutes, I'm gonna be like, what the hell happened? And Danny's gonna be like, you're a farmer. You grow tomatoes out in Allendale. And I'm like, yeah! Because that's the stereotypical young farmer call. But one call I like in particular is the Mario falling noise. If every time I fell, I just heard that, it'd be awesome. I mean, what if I just walked off stage and I goes, whoa! Like, that'd just be awesome. And you know, Vince's baby could try it out. Like, it's learning how to walk. It's like, Vince is like, hey, you got it. Yep, Vince turned into a smoker in 30 years, everybody. And then the baby's like, fixes his hat. It falls. Whoa! But, yeah, you know, my favorite thing to do is like, I get Vince, Perkins, some other guys, we go to Fresh or Kleiner, you know, we're just all eating a shit ton of food, and then, you know, like a hot girl walks by, and like, you know, one of them be like, I'd hit it, and the other one's like, yeah, you wouldn't believe what I'd do to that. And I just make it completely awkward. I'd be like, yeah, I'd lurk around her house for 5 to 6 hours. I'd add her on Facebook and look at all of her pictures. And then they're just like, what's going on? And then you just gotta keep going with it because they think you're completely serious. Just, wonder what murder weapon I could use on that one. Whoa! I just fell off the stage backwards. Whoa! Some Twilight Zone shit. But, yeah. Vince, you got a joke? Damn! Now I have to stare awkwardly. You got a question? Yes.
The reason for being that is because me and Jared have one thing in common. We are afraid of the show called 16 and Pregnant. That is the scariest show of all time. Stephen King doesn't have shit on that, and the worst part is that you women watch it and think it's hilarious. It's why it's like, oh my god, their lives are ruined, yeah! Like, it's so funny! It's like, no, then you see the guy on the side, he's just sitting there just like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, I will not be that guy. So I go back home, I'm like, okay, look, I'm not touching you. What are you doing? You bending over? What? Oh, okay. Creepy. But yeah, that's the answer to that. By the time I'm like, all right, I'm ready to have a kid. You know, I'll be all set. And I'll still be just, you know, like, just in case you're doing it, I'll just be like, oh my god! Just freaking out, you know, but, I don't know, I think I'm pretty excited. I kind of want to have, like, a ton of kids. Ladies. I have a girl.